John. Alright, so now jump forward a few months. In 2017 we started this big surveys looking at the abundance of seaweeds and juvenile paua all along the coastline from Moaro to Cape Campbell. So we look at 26 sites across these 12 locations. So each location has generally 2 sites. And okay, let's keep going with the paua. So we think of paua as subtidal animals, but part of their life cycle is spent in the intertidal. The first few years of their life, baby paua are found in the intertidal, and particularly in this kind of habitat, boulder field, habitat with stable borders, and the juvenile paua live under those. So one of the big questions after the earthquake was, is reproduction occurring? Are there still baby paua around? So for our juvenile paua survey, we targeted this kind of habitat, and we went around the rocks and measured and counted all the paua encountered. And here are some results from that. So we started this in November 2017. So this is 1 year after the earthquake. And this is a size frequency distribution for all the paua we found along the coastline in November 2017. So down here is shell length. So on the left you've got small paua, and then going towards the right you've got bigger paua, and then here is frequency. So going up, it means that size class is more frequent. So basically, we were finding in November 2017 paua of all sizes, but the interesting thing to note here, the good news, was that we were finding small ones. So paua between a few millimeters to about 25 were likely born after the earthquake or around the earthquake. So that was a very good news. These were the first post-earthquake paua, and we were finding them. So that was a sign that recruitment was occurring. So we kept doing these surveys, so now I'm going to show a few more slides with more size frequency distribution like this one. So if we move on, May 2018, which is now this curve in green, and here you can see individuals in the 25 to 50 millimeter shell length size are very abundant, and that's a sign that the post-earthquake babies, the first post-earthquake paua, were growing. And then again, going forward, November 2018, 2 years after the earthquake, we can see again this cohort of first post-earthquake paua is growing again, and now individuals between 40 and 60 millimeters are particularly abundant. So we can see how these post-earthquake juveniles are growing and surviving for sure and growing. And then we can also see that there is a new wave of new babies coming in, this peak here, so good news again. And then our most recent data are from June 2019, and we can see the first post-earthquake paua still growing and approaching sexual maturity, which is at about 85 millimeters shell length. And this is what they look like, sort of a decent sized paua, which this was June 2019, will soon then, but by now would have probably moved in the subtidal within the adult population. So there's definitely recruitment is occurring, and in fact we also find more pauas, like across the coastline in November 2017 we found about 800 in total, and then in June 2019 we found over 3,000, and this is just juvenile, so everything smaller than 85, so not sexually mature. So we can see by this number, looking at this number, that definitely reproduction is occurring and the new individuals are surviving. And now we thought might be interesting in the context of this meeting also to give an overview of where are these sites and what different sites look like. So these once again, now we're going to go through the coastline and have a look at the abundance per meter square of the juvenile paua. Once again, smaller than 85 millimeter, and keep in mind this is abundance per meter square of good juvenile paua habitat. Obviously we went looking only where we thought it was reasonably likely to find them. So we have two sites up here, Cape Campbell, then to a Wood, to a Whanganui. This is the northern part of the coastline, north of the Clarence River. And I highlighted in yellow the densities which are particularly good, so above 5 per meter square or juvenile. So Cape Campbell is pretty good. Wood, not so much, probably not the best spot. Whanganui is one of the clear examples of how variable a location can be. You see one side is very good and then another side only 100 meters apart, a few hundred meters apart, not quite. And then getting down to where the Waipapa area, that's the area with the big uplift over 6 meters. Not the best density, but then just down the road in Kiwi Bay, for example, pretty good. Rakautara, again, variable across sites. And then we can look at how the abundances have changed between our first and last round of sampling. And you can see there are a lot of plus sign here, and I've highlighted in green again some numbers which were particularly good, changes above 5 per meter square. So you see that no site had big losses, and most sites had increasing densities, and some sites very big increases. So definitely, yeah, new individuals, as we said, coming into the population. And then moving towards the southern part of the coastline, the Kaikoura area, we have a lot of sites around Kaikoura, and some of them, this again is density per meter square in June. So some sites looking very good, very high density, others not quite so. So it's quite variable. And Ikurangi Reserve, quite variable again. And then this area down here, Omi and Oaro, very good density. Oaro was not uplifted, but Omi had about 2 meters of uplift. And again, looking at how this density changed between 2017 and 2019, a lot of plus signs, and generally increasing densities at most sites. And this is the work we did for MPI mainly, and our power research is also expanding in other directions now, and in particular, Sean Garrity is part of his master thesis, is working in conjunction with the power industry, and he went out and checked the growth rates of baby power, which were hatchery power, which were released in the wild by the power industry. And you can see they come out of the hatchery with this blue cap, and then the new shell growth is characterized by different colors. So Sean could identify the old and the new shell, so the shell they had when they were in the hatchery, and then the growth they put on in the wild, and then calculate their growth rates. And he found that while for this coastline growth rates are commonly assumed to be around 25 millimeters per year, he actually found on average, this is another size frequency distribution, growth rates around 14, so that's quite interesting. We'll definitely would have the recovery if power could grow a bit faster. So that was about 200 hatchery animals that he looked at, so he's still working on this to see if these numbers are really solid, but so that's something we are looking into through his master thesis. So in summary, reproduction and growth post-earthquake are occurring, increasing abundances at many sites, maybe faster growth rates than previously thought, but that's still work in progress. But once again, highly specific, you're not going to find those kind of numbers I've just shown all over the place. You need to, highly specific habitat is required, and the data just shown are quite encouraging, but there's no pre-earthquake data, so without a pre-earthquake baseline, it is always up to there really to get a feeling for how things are going. So that there's no pre-earthquake information to compare to. And then quickly jumping into the seaweeds, there's not only power on these reefs, but this is used to be an algal-dominated coastline and still is. So seaweeds are the dominant habitat formers on this reef. They change the physical environment and they create habitat which is important for other species. So the seaweeds were also an important target of our surveys. Obviously, you may have noticed that seaweeds were heavily impacted by the earthquake, and the reefs are looking much more bare than they used to. And so our job over the last few years has been to have a look at signs of recovery to see how the seaweeds communities are doing.